Hey, what's going on, everybody out there? This is Jakejames Lugo. Welcome to the channel. I haven't been uploading for the last few days. I've been busy taking care of some projects. I've actually been working on the guide for IGN for the game Pyre from Supergiant Games, so a lot of my time was devoted to that. But I'm back in the driver's seat, and I got a bunch of stuff to bring to you guys. So let's talk about some of the news that's been happening recently, some of the big stories that have been going down. If you guys haven't heard already, there's been some stuff happening with Nick Robinson over at Polygon. Now, what exactly am I referring to? It's actually just been blown up over the last few days. But basically, the TLDR of it all is that Nick Robinson, a guy who's written for Polygon, who's been part of podcasts for Polygon and done stuff, I believe, on Giant Bomb as well, that he's been accused of sexually harassing a few women in the games industry. A couple individuals that not only worked for different websites, but kind of using his influence and using his notoriety and using his popularity in order to kind of like edge on women to be a little bit more friendly, quote unquote, with him in the industry. Now, of course, the first thing that pops into everybody's mind when somebody hears something like this, or when the masses of the internet first see this, everybody's going to ask, where's the proof? Or where's like the actual smoking gun, or the thing that's going to point to this being true and making these allegations, or at least these supposed allegations, because nobody's outright come out and said that they did something or he did something to them or whatever. About these different types of stuff regarding Nick Robinson. But we don't have anything like that. So there's a couple of different parts to this, and it's a multifaceted issue. It's very sensitive. It's very kind of nerve-wracking for a lot of people, everybody involved. It's just a totally shitty situation overall. But the couple things to keep in mind about this, and when it comes to any sort of like crazy allegations, whether it's sexual harassment, abuse, or anything involving any industry, specifically our gaming industry, when things like this happen. Number one, that the court of public opinion doesn't matter until the end of the actual court. The reason being is because all the stuff that's going to come out, all the stuff that's like really important, and all the information that is what usually people will need to know to find out if things are true or not, is going to be discussed behind closed doors. It's going to be discussed in a court of law. And I'm pretty sure, based on the actions that were taken by the McElroys over at Polygon, they suspended Nick Robinson pending an investigation, or at least, looking into everything that what they're going to look into. I'm pretty sure there's some weight to some of the things that are going on. However, there's no concrete evidence or no concrete details about it out in the public eye. And I don't think we're going to get that for a long extended period of time, or at least a good couple of months, probably, depending on how long they take to kind of figure all this out. It probably shouldn't take them that long. But again, a lot of this stuff is very sensitive. A lot of people are involved. Are probably going to have to deal with a lot of backlash, a lot of fallout, and a lot of different things, outside of the individuals that are within that realm of people that were actually directly involved with whatever went down. But here's the other thing too. If it wasn't, like I mentioned before, if it wasn't actually something that, had weight to it, or anything that was significant that might be true in some form or fashion, then Nick Robinson would have never been suspended from Polygon, or at least he would have never been suspended, and there wouldn't be so many people open about him receiving some sort of consequence right now pending an investigation, even though it's not really confirmed or denied or anything else confirmed or disproven that these things actually happen, or what he's guilty of, what he's being accused of. The other thing too is that we got to keep in mind too is on social media, a lot of the different people, a lot of different journalists that I've seen, and people that I know, and people that I've read before on various different websites, that they're being very indirect with the way that they're talking about it. And a lot of that has to deal with, dealing with the backlash of somebody, or at least their audience, that they're really beloved and they have a lot of notoriety because they've been a part of the industry for such a long time. There's an element of that you don't really count on, that you don't want to deal with when you're already going through a tough time. And I could totally understand that. That's a real pain in the ass to be a part of, especially getting opinions and getting thoughts and all these other types of things that you don't need right now from the masses of people that had nothing to do with what was happening or what is happening. And that sucks. However, I could totally understand at the same time the public opinion seeing like these different allegations come out, and automatically their first thing to go to is either they want the proof, or it's complete just fabrication, or it's something that's just like, oh, they're just throwing allegations out there because that's the in thing to do now, which is not the case. It should never be the case, because sexual harassment or sexual abuse or anything of that sort is really bad, or any sort of kind of like, sexist thing is really bad in any industry, especially now in the games industry, where we're actually talking about a lot of that stuff more often and more frequently in a lot of different places, not just events, not just bigger websites, but all over the place. So there's a lot of different facets to this. There's a lot of different things that just make this not a fun situation to be in. I've even looked at social media places like Twitter and even Instagram where people have been openly talking about it. Other individuals that know these different people and know Nick Robinson and probably know some of the other people that have been talking about all this stuff. And it's like, you know, that really sucks to hear, especially when you know these people personally and you've met them beforehand. You've had conversations with them. You've probably done work with them in one form or another, or at least in one outlet or another. In my case, I've actually met Nick Robinson a few times. I've actually met him at a Ubisoft event that I went to for Honor, which was a while back before PlayStation Experience. I went to a preview event for just media only to go play For Honor way early before it was released and, you know, give different impressions, to give like a video preview of it, which you can find on the Coalition now, by the way. But also, I saw him at E3. I saw him at this past E3 where, again, we just saw each other in passing. I said, hey, what's up? How you doing? Had a friendly conversation. And it's like things like that, when you have those moments, you don't really think like somebody that's part of this industry that's so sensitive to those things like that would ever be caught up in something like that. And granted that you could say that about just about anything about anyone in any sort of industry, you never really think somebody's going to do something heinous, or you never really think that someone's going to do something so messed up to other individuals. That's not where you really kind of, you know, place people when you first like meet them, or you've had an extended period of time when you've interacted with them. But it is what it is. And the way that I look at it is that it is news. It is stuff that's being put out there that is developing. And regardless of how you might feel, whether you actually know the individuals involved or not, it's always good to kind of use your good judgment. Well, not only with just making sure that, you know, you mention it, you talk about it, you open up those conversations about different stuff that does happen in various industries, but also you respect everybody that's involved. You respect the parties that are involved that are probably going through the turmoil or probably dealing with the fallout of whatever might have happened and such. Specifically, not just Nick Robinson, because I think like everybody and their mother right now is looking down on Nick Robinson with a condemning eye, probably deservedly so. Again, we won't know until things are made official and open, but also the different people that are on Twitter that are closing their accounts, you know, the people that have been slyly, you know, talking about it and not openly saying a lot of stuff that might have happened. They're probably dealing with a lot right now because they're talking about someone that has a big audience, and they're probably getting all this vitriol thrown at them saying that, oh, they're lying, oh, it's what this and that or whatnot. And I'm pretty sure Polygon's dealing with the same thing. The McElroys over there probably dealing with a huge headache, because not only do they have one of their own that's got a, you know, probably dealing with some stuff that's like really bad, if not any of the other people that work over there, but also the perception of people, the people that are just looking at all this and seeing them suspend Nick Robinson, and everybody has an opinion and an asshole on it. It just really sucks for everybody involved. So hopefully we get some more clarification within the next like few weeks, if not a few months, about what went down, and at least we get some closure. And I hope that the people that were involved get some closure on it as well, because nobody wants to be caught up in something like this. Nobody wants to be involved in something like this. But either way, guys, that's just my thoughts on the matter. Let me know what's up in the comment section below. Tell me if you guys agree or disagree with some of the stuff that's been going down. Let me know if you guys think that this is really bad, if you think, you know, stuff actually happened or stuff didn't happen. Put it in the comment section below, but keep it respectful. Don't do anything stupid. Use your good judgment. Respect at least the people that have been involved with everything out there, okay? There's nothing wrong with having a discussion about the subject. It's a totally another issue to be a dick about it. So don't forget to leave me a like on this video, subscribe to the channel for all my videos related to gaming and a whole bunch of other cool stuff. I have more JJ Brings It coming to you guys very, very soon. I will talk to you guys again very soon. Peace out and stay epic, everybody.